Now what? Oh, a little wind. Guess what? We're getting a brand spanking new RV. Trading in the 2004 Prowler. Actually, we're not trading in. We're going to hold on to it and sell it private party because we can get a little bit more money for it that way. But we're bringing home a brand new Hideout 22 MLWSE. And we head up to Kelso, Washington tomorrow to get it. So, one of the things that I was concerned about is the distance between the trailer and the fence. Because we have the new secure step on the new RV. And I was concerned that maybe there wouldn't be enough distance for that secure step to fold out. It requires 48 inches. It's about 54 inches between the trailer and the fence. I'd give you guys an idea at where the trailer is parked right here. We shouldn't have any problems with our much wider slide too. But there are the wheels, and they're just about 8 inches or so off of the barrier. By the way, the awning cover on this RV snapped back into place beautifully after the weight of the snow was melted off. So one of the things that we need to do is take the weight distribution system, which is called the Equalizer E4, and that provides sway control as well as weight distribution from this trailer onto, and then we're going to put it onto the new trailer. That'll save us some money so that we're not buying another weight distribution system, which generally runs anywhere from $800 to $1,000. And then a lot of the times people pay for the shop to put it on, and they charge you labor in order to do that. But it's pretty simple. And I had to go out to Harbor Freight and buy a torque wrench in order to make it work. It's actually my first time using a torque wrench, so that'll be exciting. One of the things I'm really hoping for is that the tongue of the trailer, of this trailer, is about the same distance from the ground as the new trailer will be. And I'm really hoping that, because otherwise I'm going to have to make some adjustments that are going to require a much bigger torque wrench, which they are more expensive. Right now I have a torque wrench I picked up from Harbor Freight for like $25, and it goes up to 80 pounds per square foot. And that's all I need to take these hangers off of this A-frame and put them on the new A-frame. So our new trailer doesn't actually come with a slide topper or an awning that covers the slide out. So Harbor Freight, $20 special. Got the telescoping brush in order to brush our slides off any leaves or pine needles and that kind of thing before we get going on the road. New tools from Harbor Freight. So I just went with this Pittsburgh torque wrench, 3/8 drive, and it is good up to 80 pounds. And then additionally, my little socket set was all on the smaller end. I just rarely work on stuff this big, so I had to buy a larger socket set from Harbor Freight. I think that was 25 bucks. Look at these shiny new tools, never been used. I'm pretty impressed. The torque wrench, little cheapo Harbor Freight one, click type torque wrench, came with not only a case but also instructions, which I'm gonna need because I've never used a click type torque wrench, or any torque wrench for that matter. Well, this thing isn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be. Clickable torque wrench, pretty easy. If you see, there are some numbers, and I have it set, I don't know if you can see that, but it's set to 75, and it's on the zero lined up. So that's 75 feet per square foot, or torque pounds, I think they might even call it. And then you can even dial it down to the pound by rotating this handle here. And so like 76, 78, 79, so forth. And then you lock it in place with this here. Pretty simple. I'm glad I didn't have to do a bunch of math to figure that out. You know, one thing I also wanted to mention was I don't really need the torque wrench to take these off because I'm just busting them loose, right? But I will need it when I get up there and I'm sitting in the lot at RV Country putting it on the new trailer. So I figured I might as well familiarize myself in the process of taking these off Even though I don't really need bolts to be torqued down to a certain spec, I'm just busting them off there, but I know how to use it now. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a shot. No sweat. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Hopefully it's just as easy to get these back on. Little unforeseen thing, but I'm glad that I bought the deep sockets, because look at that. I'm going to need them to get that part off. Well, I'm hoping the hardest part about this project, which is kind of ridiculous, is getting the propane tank cover off. I'm kind of glad it's hard to get off though, because it doesn't go flying off when we're going down the road. Uh-oh. That sounds like we're leaking. We are. We're leaking propane. Was it just because it wasn't closed all the way? Huh. Let's listen to that again. Yeah, had a little propane leak. Fortunately, it was just because this little connection came loose here. So I just tightened that back up and good to go. I was worried I broke a hose or something pulling off the cover. So I think I'm gonna have to, well, maybe not even have to, but I think it's gonna be easier just to remove these tanks to get a better angle at these bolts. I'm gonna try to do this without removing the battery boxes. I removed the tanks to give me a better angle at these bolts. See, that's with the L-shaped hanger still on it. And I got the L-shaped hanger. It's just the frame bracket on this one. So I guess we'll do one at a time, continue working on this one here. All right, got the first one off. Pro tip, when you get something like this off, not only in this application, but in any application where you have multiple parts, as you pull it off, put it back together like it's supposed to go, so that when you get where you're going and have to redo it, you don't forget how it's supposed to look. So that's what I've done here. Put it all back into one piece, and we'll take it up to Washington with us. Now to work on the second one. Okay, so I got the whole system off, and I'm just taking notes here. Looks like as long as the new trailer, when it's level, is sitting at about 20 3/8 inches at the bottom of the coupler, then we should be in good shape. And if it's 20 1/4 or 20 1/2, then I think we'll be fine. Otherwise, I might have to go and rent a bigger torque wrench. I'm really hoping that's not the case. I got the entire Equalizer system. There's hanger 1, hanger 2, the hitch, and the 2 weight-bearing / sway bars. And if you have to adjust the hitch, that's when you need a torque wrench capable of more than, or around 400 pounds, I think. And those get pretty expensive, and they're a lot bigger. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Yeah, these bolts here require much, much greater tension than the bolts on the hangers, which require 75 pounds per square foot, or torque pounds, or however they say that. But there she is. I'm gonna get her buttoned up and got everything set up to take to Kelso, Washington with us. Like nothing ever happened. There she is, all buttoned up. Time to take a little breather. Here we are in the old trailer. Had a lot of good memories in this thing, and I'm really glad to report that seeing no evidence of water intrusion at all, despite the crazy 3 feet of snow or whatever we received. So I'm happy about that. Everything's looking pretty good. I don't see any water intrusion anywhere. So that's nice. Now I gotta reposition this thing, and we gotta take all the old stuff out of here and put it all in the new trailer. Of course, we don't have the trailer here, so we're taking basically what we need in the truck with us to be comfortable. we'll throw that in the new trailer, and then we'll be on a little 3-day jaunt on the way back down here. We're going up there in 1 day and taking 3 days to come back because we'll be towing. Up there, we're not towing. Anyway, that's the gist of it for now. And then we're going to put this thing on the market to sell for someone who needs a relatively inexpensive RV. This one's going to be available here very shortly as soon as we get it cleaned up. So you guys are aware, this is a good thing to have, because sometimes you have nefarious characters that want to steal your hitch. If you have just a regular hitch pin, they can pull that right off. Not a huge deal with a $12 hitch like this, but if they get that one, that's hundreds of dollars. So, go get yourself a locking hitch pin, and then I'll show you one other thing here too. Something that will carry over to the new trailer. These are relatively inexpensive, 30 bucks or so, and it's a hitch lock, and there's a ball in there, ball coupler. You put that on, and that prevents anyone from coming up and hooking up to your trailer and taking it off and enjoying it for the rest of their lives. So, 2 security measures I thought I'd share with you. Okay, well, we are done for the day. It's 7:12 in the evening, and I've got the trailer moved off of the RV pad so that we have space available to move the new trailer on. I also got every single cabinet and drawer emptied in the old trailer. So all that we need to do now is make the bed and clean it, just wipe things down and do the floors and make it look all pretty for the next person. And also threw in the old TPMS off the truck and the old backup camera monitor that's hooked up to that trailer into the RV so that the next owner will have both of those systems in place. I'm tired. I've got to do some radio work, and then I'm heading to bed, and we're going to have an early morning. I've got the truck already loaded with all of the stuff that we need. Tomorrow morning I'll pack my clothes, Angie will pack her stuff, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get out of here by 8 o'clock or so. Good night.